Successful publisher Will quits his job in New York City to relocate his wife Libby and two girls to a small New England town.
You're so beautiful. Stay like that forever.
But as they settle into their new life, they discover their perfect home was a murder scene.
You live here and you don't know about the murders.
What murders?
With the help of a neighbor, Will pieces together the disturbing puzzle of what happened, hoping to avoid the same fate that befell those that came before him in Dream House.
Next up, Dream House. Sean, you've just seen it. Tell us a bit about it.
So those who go to see Dream House expecting a horror film, which is what the trailer and the very limited marketing campaign would suggest, they're going to be very severely disappointed because Dream House really isn't a horror film. It's more of a psychological mystery. It's about a guy trying to piece together this puzzle about whether or not he's sane, first off, and whether or not he's capable of committing murder.
That's not Peter Wood. That's me.
And in that instance, it's a rather interesting premise. Daniel Craig gives a pretty interesting performance here. He goes from a man who's very much a loving, caring father to a burnt-out shell who really can't figure out what's going on. And when he finally does figure out what's going on in the film's last 20 minutes, it kind of sucks. Logically, the ending holds water, but that doesn't mean it's satisfying. We got a lot of minor characters who come into the fold who have a major thing to do with the climax, and you're kind of going, where did these people come from? I don't understand. There are good people behind the camera here. You've got Jim Sheridan, who directed My Left Foot and In America, films that have nothing to do with Dream House, but he's a competent director, certainly. You've also got cinematographer Caleb Deschanel, who's shot beautiful movies. He shot The Natural and The Right Stuff, and they do a pretty good job with a script that's kind of mediocre and kind of falls off the tracks in its last act. The film is only 90 minutes, and because of that, it really can't delve into Daniel Craig's psyche as much as it probably should. It kind of truncates it, and there are a lot of supporting characters who must obviously be dealing with their own issues and their own psychological problems, but the film can't deal with that at all. It's got to concentrate on Daniel Craig.
The fact that there were no press screenings never bodes well for a film, and I understand there was a good deal of controversy surrounding the publicity for this film.
Piggybacking off of that, there's so many competent actors in this movie. Why was there not more marketing?
You know, it's a good point. Apparently Daniel Craig and Rachel Weisz, the co-star, and the director Jim Sheridan, hated the final cut of this movie. They refused to do any press promotions for it at all. Okay. And I'm not entirely sure what it is that they had originally that they thought didn't make it into the final cut, but I don't think the film is as bad as no press screenings would suggest. I think it has a few elements here that are interesting enough to keep it afloat. It's not a great film by any means, but there are a few good things here and there.
All right, well, what's your verdict?
So if you have a Sunday afternoon off where you can see the film on TV for free, you'll find a couple things interesting here. Stream it.